my gosh.
It's locked, all right.
What the crap?
The life running in your veins.
This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood.
Have you heard of any underhand deal?
I have no time for such triviality, my dear.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation?
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the...
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just...
What can you tell me about the staff?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander.
Any opinion about...
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve. But I must admit, he does all he can to keep this facility running.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Tell me more about Cherished.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett. Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new...
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir.
Did he really?
All members of staff have already read about your new blood...
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr...
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun.
An invisible enemy. Quite a poetic...
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but... how do we beat an invisible killer? Some...
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet.
brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them.
It would be inappropriate for me to speak...
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett's. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but it...
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance. Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet, with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin color that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings?
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised someone tried to make money from them.
What kind of secrets?
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reed. If you want to know more, you better talk to Harriet Jones. She's the oldest patient here.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relations.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Goodbye, Milton.
Still standing after this epidemic.
What's up, viewer? I'm still adjusting to the controls. It doesn't look like I need to be wandering around these parts. I didn't realize this game, man, I knew it was RPG elements, but I'm only at level 7. I really thought if I could do some of the side missions, you know, that would help me with the main game, but this could be one of those games to where it's best that I work on the main stuff and then do some of the side stuff later. Yeah. Well, I tried to avoid those two and go down here. No. Okay.
What happened? Who are you?
It's all right, sir. You're safe now.
Oh, a fellow Englishman. Thank you, sir. For a moment, I thought those bloody heathens had killed me.
What are you doing here? This place is not safe.
Yeah, it's a cesspool, but it's mine. I came to collect some overdue rent, but those who still live here have gone completely bonkers.
You're very lucky to be alive.
Yeah, filthy immigrants. Fucking sap.
You can find safety of sorts in Whitechapel. If you're quick and cautious, you'll be able to avoid the savages. This is Braille. I need someone who can read this.
Ready for Spider-Man, viewer. I don't know if you're still there, but I'm ready for Spider-Man. I'm ready for Red Dead. I'm ready. See if you're still there. Well, I'm just talking to myself then. Let's see. Done dead. Yep, gotta get out of here. I just lucked up that I was able to take care of that guy.
Better go home, sir.
I forgot that they don't attack you on sight.
It's closed. It's closed.
There's safer places to be than here. Oi, you! Stop that! It's an inch! Kill it!
Put an end to you!
Spotted! Watch out, boys!
This one's mine! Back in the grave! It's head!
Let's see here.
Back to the bloody grave!
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard rumors of...
If you want to know what's going on here...
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Tom?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells.
Tell me what really happened.
I went with a whore in Rouen.
Did you start the fire?
No. It's just that...
Why lie about it?
Come on. Just one...
Reconstructive surgery has been...
I don't want to wear a bloody mask for the rest of my life. I'd rather stay here and just be forgotten.
How close are you
to wait for her next nibble?
Aren't you afraid?
She's quite...
Soldier, do you need assistance?
Not really. I think...
As long as you remain here, I will make sure you don't have to worry about your health.
Don't think you can do much about it.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Daily routine.
Time has lost its effect on me. But the suffering continues.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard about any
Blackmail?
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later. Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Have you heard talk of any...
No. Nothing.
Tell me about your injury.
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be responsible?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reed. I'm sure if me missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Have you heard rumors of black...
Dr. Reed, are you trying...
Of course not, Mrs. Gosling.
Well, go be curious, son.
Do you require medical...
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this?
Despite what you think about this place...
Well, at least your reputation seems well-deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say this...
Goodbye, Mrs. Gosling. It's locked. Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still...
I'd like to see...
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. I read...
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
I'll see you later.
Yeah. I'm sure you say the same thing.
Goodbye, Milton.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that Cadogan fellow.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to...
You're a vamp... The lady who saved me that night.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time.
So it seems our Dr. Swansea does indeed have a fascination for creatures of our constitution.
Dr. Swansea is a remarkable man.
I hope you're more disposed to answer...
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Pardon my boldness, Your Ladyship, but...
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled...
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have.
Have any of the patients...
These poor souls have so little left to...
The world would be a better place if it were...
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the black...
Please continue. every detail.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
We both are afflicted with a thirst for blood, Lady Ashton.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it.
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without...
I'll meet that woman.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect. What is this? Who are you?
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here. You've picked the wrong firm.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of...
Blackmail? Wait.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's...
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes, just waiting for me to...
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans...
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You... Miss Jones?
Again? Waking a poor old woman in her sleep? There isn't a poor life needs saving somewhere?
Now, I need to ask...
Well, if you really must.
Have you noticed any suspicious...
It would be a great deal easier to make a list of things unsuspicious in this house of charlatans.
Everyone here is very capable. I have not seen any instances of unprofessionalism.
Thieves and murderers, the lot. People have gone missing here, you know.
If you could just tell me...
It's terrible, Doctor. What with a pain in my chest, coughing up blood, and I get awfully tired. Wouldn't be so bad if I hadn't lost my house.
I see.
No one comes to visit, you know. Not even my own flesh.
I'll come and visit you shortly. Good night, Miss Jones.
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
I have wasted too much energy for so little result.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if the nurse finds some happiness where she can?
No matter how you feel about her.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what...
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes. Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital...
The people who work here all come from...
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me... Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
I will be fine.
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Take this. And do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reed. Thank you.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance. Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doc.
Do you need any med...
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. And thanks, anyway.
Goodbye, Milton.
We're safe.
Look lively! It's on test!
Relax.
Jesus.
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed. Still working.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
Have you heard of any
Blackmail? That's not my style. Too risky. The black market, though. Now that's where the money is.
Do you ever think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. It still fucking hurts. Boss had cut me good.
That man was determined to murder.
What a surprise. The first time.
What did he want?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favor.
Only the strongest survive, then? Survival at all costs. Is that all you think about?
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
How is your hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. But as long as I'm treated all right, I'll be fine.
You're lucky to be alive, Mr.
This place is full of sickness and...
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also weaknesses that can be exploited.
How long do you think you can escape the law?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
We can't escape the consequences of our actions. The past catches up with us in the end.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I could say for most folks.
And who are you, then?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day, I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
I'll leave you for...
Please, I feel sick. Get over it.
Dodged death so many times. Oswald, you can't just die like this. Don't worry, we're safe. Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, from the...
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but... well, we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards...
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water. Fucking rats. Can't stand them since the war.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend. Where was your friend the last...
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think he went to the sewers on purpose.
What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Oswald's best friend.
What can you tell me about...
His name is Oswald Thatcher.
This is a dangerous part of town.
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital.
I have all the information.
Thank you.
Don't worry, we're safe.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals, or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
I don't want to die here. I want to see the sky.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton said...
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. I have this thirst for blood. What sort of creature is this?
Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check. Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her. This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood.
Good.
I'd like...
Wise choice.